Hi, everyone. My name is Andrew Zhang, and I am the current campus and breaking news reporter for the Daily Texan. And I'm super excited to be talking today with Myah Taylor. Myah is a journalism junior. She is the current sports editor for the Daily Texan and also a football beat reporter. She has served as the sports editor since this summer. And before becoming the sports editor, she has covered sports for Daily Texans, such as women's basketball and Texas track and field. And outside of the Texan, Maya keeps herself busy writing for a variety of publications, including the Afterglow Music publication, Spark Magazine, and Orange Magazine. And she also is a writing coach for the Moody College, helping her peers improve their writing. This semester, Maya has won the Makanaco Buju Prince Award Scholarship from the Friends of the Daily Texan. And today we're going to be talking with Maya a little bit about what her experience has been like as a journalist here at UT.
So I do come from a military family, and that has impacted my life in so many ways, but it's been like such a blessing. Like, I feel like because of those experiences, I've just been able to have like a broader scope and like view of the world. So I'm thankful for that. But because of that, when I was younger, before I moved to Colorado, we moved a lot, like all the time. Then my parents split up when we got to Colorado. And so I kind of stayed put there from like age 8 till like 18. And so that was the longest I'd ever lived anywhere, which was crazy for me. But I think I still had that itch to move and to see like a different place. And so I only applied to one school in state, and like the other schools were like all out of state, which was pretty risky in hindsight. But that's just what I wanted to do. Everyone at my high school went to this main state school there, CU Boulder. And I just didn't want to like repeat high school again and like wanted to do something different. I was looking at good journalism schools, and UT was like towards the top of the list. There's a big sports presence, which has been really fun. I actually wanted to pursue fashion for a really long time when I was growing up, but I realized it wasn't all that practical. My sophomore year of high school, I started a fashion and pop culture blog, and I just started writing about my thoughts. Maybe I could do journalism because I could kind of write about whatever I want and it wouldn't limit me. I do think a lot of times the stuff that you write does reflect who you are. And I'm a very idealistic person. Whenever we like hit Thanksgiving break, Christmas break, like I'm just gonna be reading books. Like that's what I love doing. I'm just very in touch with my emotions and like very like dreamy type person. And I feel like whenever I am writing stories, I like to touch on the human side of those too. And I feel like I see the best in people like when I can. And really it's just like my love for consuming stories like drives me to like tell like interesting stories too. When I first got here, I wasn't sure like which department I was going to do. And so I actually applied to the opinion department. That's a fun fact about me. I don't think a lot of people know that. But I got rejected from the opinion department my first semester. And I was like, dang, I'm like a crappy writer. Like I really like thought that. And so like that first semester, that's actually when I was at Orange and Spark. And I would still like look through Twitter and see all of the like reporters, particularly the sports reporters. And I was like, I'm capable of this. Even though I like love fashion, love the arts and stuff, I've always loved watching sports too. And that's kind of how I ended up at the Texan. It was the second semester of my freshman year. My first like major event was covering the Texas relays. That was so fun. I feel like that's when I really realized that I wanted to do sports journalism, because I like had done track in middle school and I did cross country in high school. And so like it was just something I was really familiar with. So just like seeing everybody run fast and like do all that was super exciting. It was really scary to go up to just like talk to people. I still get stressed out doing that, to be completely honest. Like that was stressful like as a freshman, but my editor was very supportive of me. I never envisioned that I would be like in the role that I've been in. And I honestly think this moment, like this pandemic moment, this like racial moment that we're in has been like something that's I'm going to remember for a long time. We've been able to really make something out of what's going on. And like, I don't know like how things would be different if like the pandemic never happened. Like, I really don't know. The conversations that we've had to have about like the eyes of Texas, or just like a lot of the racial stuff in general, those have been difficult for me because they're like close to home, or like I have personal experiences about it. And like you want to be a person and you want to have opinions, but then you can't. So I think that's been hard. Right after George Floyd had been killed and like the other like instances of like police violence had happened, I was like, you know what, why don't we write something about like how Black athletes feel about this? like the juxtaposition between their lives in the sports arena and then their lives outside of it. And I feel like it started a conversation about like, okay, how are we viewing like the Black athlete? Are we viewing them as a person, as a human being, or are we just like seeing them as like something that we can use to like make money? I really do think that our experiences shape like how we see things. And I definitely think that that's why I feel like this was like the perfect moment for me to be editor, because there's so much like going on like within the Black community. And so I feel like I'm able to carry that perspective with me. Someone else that doesn't have my identity may not see like how big of a deal it is. I just really care about storytelling. And I think that's what people want to read anyway. Like, I don't think anybody really wants to read like, even like the big sports fans, they can look up stats on ESPN. So I have really made it a point to not only like tell good stories myself, but like make sure my staff knows like these are like the types of stories you want to tell. One of my goals is like for everyone in the department to write like at least one feature. That's been really, really awesome. You know, I don't really know what the future holds. Everything's kind of uncertain right now. I just know that I want to like be doing something that I love. Like, I'd love to just like write like 10 stories a year or something that are really fleshed out and like really like mean something, and writing about things that like matter. And so that's all I can really say at this point.